Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and thanks for stopping in today. I do appreciate you joining me for another video. So today's video, I'm actually going to be showing you my routine section of my planner. I posted a plan with me and a couple of other videos where you guys asked me to show you a deeper look inside of my routine section. So that's what I'm going to show you today. It is very functional. I love having it there, and it just kind of gives me a base starting point to see just as an overview what needs to be done for that week. And of course, we've got other appointments and things that come up also during the week or the month that may need to be added to the schedule, so that would make the schedule need to be tweaked a little bit. So I'll show you how I do that as well, so that way I can keep up with our day-to-day lives. Again, it is very functional, and so I'm going to show all that to you today. So if you're new here on my channel, I do hope that you will consider subscribing and also liking this video. So without further ado, if you want to see my routine section and my classic size happy planner, then make sure to stay tuned. All right, guys, so I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you a section that has proven to be kind of like a catch-all within a catch-all. I absolutely love having it, and it has made my planner super functional. So I'm going to show you exactly how I implemented it and what inserts I use, and just the overall layout of everything, and how it has benefited my family. So again, it's the routine section of my planner. As you guys know, I use a classic size happy planner now. This is the purple pineapple planner, which I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but it's the one that says you totally got it, with the beautiful purple discs here. I'm gonna walk you through this entire section and let you know how you too can have a routine section, and what supplies you'll need, or what inserts you'll need to be able to make that happen. And I just feel like sometimes I may need an hourly look, and so I can take some of these inserts here and I can put them within my standard calendar if I just want to break some more things down on a weekly view, in terms of like what is actually going on, and not just like a standard schedule, if that makes sense. So if we open it up here, the first thing that I have is my menu planning. As you guys know, I adore menu planning, and I just really wanted to start planning the entire month out. I only have this week so far, but I do have in mind what I want to add to the additional days. And so this is going to be perfect for budgeting, because I am on a tight budget with my menu planning and my recipes and my grocery shopping and all of that. I'm trying to do $100 or less per week, and so far so good. And so this is really going to help me to stay on target for that goal. And so that's what I'm trying to do, just because I'm really trying to tighten the reins. I feel like we spend a lot of money on eating. Sometimes we eat out, and groceries and all that stuff. It's just too much spending going on. So I'm really trying to tighten the reins on that, so that way we can save a little money and put more money to the side. And then when we turn to the next page, this was my initial setup, which was kind of like a trial run just to see if this whole thing was going to work out for me. And so this has really been awesome so far, and just kind of seeing things as a snapshot and just kind of looking really quick to see exactly what needs to be done for each person. So as you can see at the top here, I've got each person's name. So mommy, daddy, Malachi, Addison. And then what I did with the last 3 sections here is I broke it down by random things like chores, outings. I have an other, and then I just kind of like threw everything on here just to kind of get it there to see if this was even going to work out for me. I was sure that this was going to work out, and so I decided to recreate this whole layout. And so that is what this is. And so as you can see, it's a little bit different. So I changed it around because I felt like on this page having mommy, daddy, Malachi, Addison was wonky, because Addison came over onto the second page, and I didn't want that to be the case. So what I did is I put all the other stuff first, and then I put the whole entire family here, because there's 4 of us, and this layout just works better so that I can see everyone here on one page, and then any other miscellaneous things can be on this page. So as you can see, just to break everything down, I like to add just a little pop of inspiration there on the side. So that says messy, bun, and getting stuff done, which of course is perfect for moms. Be productive and prioritize. I need a high five at the end of every week, because it sometimes is a real struggle, at least throughout the summer. It has been, but now even more so. And then that says think happy, be happy. So I love all of this right here. As you can see, the colors are very well coordinated, and I pretty much use one sticker book. So I'll make sure to link that below just in case you guys want to recreate this. First subject is menu planning. So what I thought I would do is just create a sample menu for the week. Sometimes I have hard weeks where I don't really feel like sitting down or looking at Pinterest to really try to figure out what to cook. And so having just like a sample schedule of what to cook really helps. So I was thinking Monday crock pots, Tuesday leftover, Wednesday pasta, Thursday leftover, Friday family fave, and then Saturday leftovers, and then Sunday we try not to eat out, but most of the time we do, or we just fend for ourselves or grab leftovers or whatever the case may be. And so this is just a base schedule here, so that way if I have a lazy week or just a week where I don't really feel as motivated, I can just say, okay, we're just going to do crock pot on Monday, we're just going to do pasta on Wednesday, or what have you. And I always do leftovers the next day because I don't cook every day. That would just be too much. And then underneath that, I have places to go. And so this is like on a regular day, this is what we do. But outside of a regular day, I have other things I have to do, and other things that come up. And so what I did is I put our ministry days, which is Friday and Saturday, of course, which isn't going to be listed on here because this is just pretty much a Monday through Friday schedule. And then Sunday we have our religious meeting. 4 p.m. on Mondays is Addison's ballet, and then Tuesdays we have a religious meeting as well. So I try to break that down here, and so that way I'll know that these are variables. These are things that are going to occur. They're not something that's occurring every day. Like Addison's not going to ballet every day. We're not going to the meeting every day. You see what I mean? And so I thought I could just look here just to get a quick snapshot of variables that I still need to add to the calendar, but they're not going to be part of a routine schedule as far as a daily schedule. It is a part of the routines because it's a weekly part of my life, but it's not daily. So I don't need to break that down here daily. So that's what I have here. And then at the top, I have chores, and this whole entire thing is for chores. And so I tried to break it out by time. So 7 a.m., I want to get up and do my morning chores before getting the kids off to school. And then 1 p.m., I try to do my afternoon chores. The kids are at school during this time, but when Miss Addison gets home, she gets home around 3, and so does Malachi. I'll let them take a break, get a snack, and do what they have to do in that regard. And then they start their chores, Addison at 5 and Malachi at 6, because sometimes I need to oversee, and I want to make sure that they're getting everything done. Now, sometimes they do their chores earlier, which is awesome, and sometimes they don't need me to oversee, and that's fine. If they want to come home and just jump right on it right away, then they can go ahead and do that as well. You guys have probably seen my video in the past with my chore system, and I'll make sure to link that below just in case you're interested in that. But we do use a chore system, which is really simple. It's printing on Post-it notes, which is awesome. It has been really helpful for the family, and everybody knows what they need to be doing at any given time. So that has been working out perfectly. So we'll continue to use that method. So at the top here is supplementary for the kids. So I want to make sure that they're reading 20 minutes a day at least, and we're reading as a family. We go to the library on Wednesdays, and so again, you will not see that on this weekly schedule because that is considered a variable. It doesn't happen every day, and so what I really need to do is add that here on the schedule at the appropriate time, which is Wednesday. And we typically, well, we're going to try to go, because again, it's the new school year, we'll probably be going around 3:30 or so when the kids get out of school, and we'll just head right to the library and do some work there, some homework and things like that. And then I still am working on teaching Addison to read. She's doing really well with it. I am doing a book called Learn to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. It's great for toddlers, and it's just a different way of thinking about it, as opposed to learning the letter and then learning the sound that letter makes. They're learning the sound by just looking at the letter, which is awesome, because when she sees an A, then she just says ah, as opposed to saying letter A. So I think it's working out just fine, and it's really helping her to learn how to read. So that's what we're doing, and I'll make sure to put it in the description box just in case you're interested. And then I want to make sure we're doing arts and crafts. We're an arts and crafts family, and so I want to make sure that we're implementing that as well, whether it be painting or drawing or coloring or whatever it may be. And then I have mommy and daddy goals. So as you can see, and these are not broken out in any particular time. It's just goals, it's just supplementary. The chores are broken out in time, the places are broken out in time. Of course, that's not broken out in time either. And all of this is broken out by time. And so the goals are, we want to make sure we're spending time together as a couple. I want to make sure we're meditating and praying together. My husband wants to build stuff. And so he is working on that and getting materials and supplies that he needs for doing that. that. Then I want to make sure we're spending time with our friends and of course with the kids. That's important. And then below that, I have a standard list to make sure that we have all the time, which probably needs to be added to this because it's not just this stuff, but I want to make sure we always have tissue, soap, which needs to be on this list, milk, paper towels, anything that the kids need, which is like standard stuff, deodorant, socks, underwear, things like that. So this list probably needs to be added to, but I pretty much know these things. I just need to see it all here to remind myself to make sure I'm constantly checking for that. And then we come to our schedules, which is my favorite part. So I am here first. And so this is my daily schedule on a perfect day, Monday through Friday. This is how I want my day to go. And so I have at the top for everyone priorities. And so that is not broken out by time. This is just priorities that they need to make sure they're doing every day. So I need to make sure the kids' lunches are packed if they're taking lunches. My kids have decided so far that they don't want to take lunches, which is awesome because that saves me some time and energy. I need to make sure Miss Addison's hair is done the night before. And then I need to be checking their book bags daily to make sure there's no homework that they're not doing, which they have not received homework yet because it is just so early on in the school year, but eventually that is going to come into play big time. And then here's my regular schedule. So at 7 a.m. I want to get up and I want to do my YouTube videos, my blog stuff, because that takes a long time. And so what I try to do is film a day in advance. And so whatever video is going up the next day is film the prior day. And what I also try to do sometimes is film in bulk. And so I'm filming in the daytime around 7 a.m. and then I edit in the evening for that video that's going up the next day. And that has been working so well for me because that way when I get up the next morning, the video is already done. It's already posted. I don't have to do anything with editing or filming a video. And I'm always a day behind or a day ahead, whichever way you want to look at it. And so that has been working out really, really well for me. So I want to get all of that stuff done between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. And really, again, it's just mainly filming the video at this time and then writing a blog post if I need to. And so actually between 7 and 10, it takes a little more time, depending on if I'm filming, editing, and uploading. Again, I just started to implement this new schedule that I just told you about in terms of day behind. And so that gives me several hours. And then also if I want to sleep in that day, then I have a little more time to work with because I don't have to get up until about 7:15 for Addison, and she has to be to school by 8:15, and then Malachi's already gone by then because his bus comes at 6, which is, I'm not getting up for that. So I make sure he has breakfast already ready for him in terms of what he's eating, and he's good to go. He's pretty self-sufficient, so he doesn't need mommy's help. And then from 11 to 12, I want to, well, actually I have from 11 to 1, but I really only need an hour, but I guess I factored in some travel time there. So from 11 to 1, I want to go to the gym and do my workout because I haven't been able to do that. I could have technically, and I know it's probably just an excuse that I haven't been doing it, but I just feel like it's going to be easier now to get to the gym. So that's my time for that. And then when I get back home, I want to clean up after I shower, of course. And then I have to pick up Addison by 2:30. And so if I leave the house around 2:15, I can get there right on time. And then at 3 o'clock, Malachi will be home and Addison will be home, so I can spend time with them from 3 to 4 and help with homework and anything like that. And then 5 o'clock, I want to do orders. Now I can also do orders earlier in the day too, because again, I have a 3-hour window here. So I can do all my business stuff, which is ideally what I would like to do, is just have all business, filming, everything done before the kids get home. So that way I'm not doing anything else. I'm focused on them or my husband when he gets home, preparing dinner and things like that. So really, I would love to get orders and everything done earlier in the day. So that is what I'm shooting for. But I do have some time built in here just in case something needs to be pushed. And then 6 o'clock, I start dinner prep, and then 7 o'clock we eat. Anytime after that, of course, the schedule doesn't go beyond 7 p.m. Then anything after that is typically just me time, getting the kids ready for bed and making sure everything is ready to go for the next day and putting food away, cleaning a little bit. And so that will all be done after 7 p.m. So that is part of my night routine. I wish they had a couple more slots here, but it's okay. After we eat, it's pretty much wind down time. And then dad's schedule is next. So for him, I want him to help around the house, spend time with kids, and then plan his next day. He does use a planner as well, which is not the Happy Planner. He uses a Lion planner, which has been great. They actually sent me that planner and he loves it. And so he's been planning as well. Of course, not like I do with stickers, but he says it's helping him to be more functional. And so his day starts around 7:30. He drops Addison off at school, and then he works from 9 to 6. Well, his schedule really fluctuates. His territory is like California and areas over that direction. And so because of that, his hours are not your typical hours. So he works typically from 9 to 6. But again, he could come home early or he can come home late. It just depends. And then at 6 p.m., he wants to unwind and then have dinner at 7. Again, everything corresponds. We're all eating dinner at the same time. So that's his schedule for the day. And then after that, he winds down as well. He gets the kids ready for bed along with me. He reads Addison a story and kind of tucks her in. So that's kind of like a part of his job, and reads her a book. So he's got his day full. And then Addison looks forward to that as well. And of course, he's spending time with Malachi. And then Malachi's schedule, I have some priorities. I want him to think positive. He's in high school now, so life has changed because the whole environment is very different. And he saw that yesterday when he went on his first day of school. And so I want to make sure he's thinking positive. And so I try to give him positive affirmations in the morning. You can do it. I try to text him throughout the day and just let him know I love him and that he's going to do very well today. And just to make sure that he's focusing on thinking positive. And then he's got homework and chores. So that's his life, right? I mean, it's a pretty sweet life. I kind of miss those days, right? Where you don't have to do as much as a grown-up. And so I try to tell him that, to just enjoy these moments and this time in your life, because it's super easy. I mean, of course, they have challenges as well that they have to face in school with peer pressure and things like that. But it's a pretty sweet life, you know? And so hopefully he gets that. And then from 7 a.m. to about 3 o'clock, he gets home around 2:30. I just have slated for his school. And so that gives a little leeway there. And then at this time, I have homework, which is 4 p.m. and chores at 6 p.m. Of course, all of this corresponds to this chore chart here. As you can see, 6 p.m. homework. 6 p.m. chores, 6 p.m. chores here. But of course, that can occur earlier on. But I like them to do their homework first and then start on chores. And then 7 p.m. dinner, and then anything after that. Their bedtime is 9:30. And so anything that occurs between 7 and 9:30, whatever, they can do whatever they want to do as long as all of this is done and they had a good day at school. Next is Miss Addison's schedule, and of course her schedule is just as sweet as Malachi's. She just needs to listen to the teacher, she needs to learn a lot, and she needs to do her chores. So in the morning we have breakfast, and then she has school from 8 a.m. well, really 8:15 to 2:30, and then after that, any homework that she has, which I'm sure will probably be minimal for a preschooler. Then at 4 o'clock she has free time, and then she is to start her chores at 5 p.m. And I just gave her a little bit of free time first and then chores, just because she's at school all day and she probably needs to unwind a little bit before starting on chores. But she loves chores right now, and of course I know that's going to change, but for right now she loves chores, so we embrace that. And then 7 p.m. dinner. And so that is it for the schedule, and everybody seems to enjoy how I have everything separated, and they feel like it's going to be functional for them, and I feel like it's going to be functional as well. So that is pretty much how you arrange a schedule section within your planner. It's super easy. Again, you're just going to need the hourly layout, which is an expansion pack. I believe it's an expansion pack, or that's what it's called. And so it just comes with undated monthly and weekly hourly layout. And this is just perfect for implementing a schedule and a routine. And I love it. And I think routines are extremely important. That way the kids kind of get on a regimen and they know what needs to be done daily. And everybody's time is accounted for, and we know exactly what we're doing, and it just works out the best way that way. And so what I'll probably do is if anything changes, then I'll just redo the entire schedule. And I don't see that being a problem right now because I feel like this is going to be a good schedule. But of course, when summer comes, we'll have to have a summer schedule. And so I have plenty of pages for that. And then also if I just again want to pop in a quick hourly schedule for the week in my regular planner, then I could just pull out some inserts, pop them in if I need to have a week where I need to break everything down day by day. And what I would probably do in that case is color code. And so each person would be a color. And so I'm thinking of doing that maybe eventually. And so of course I will stop in to let you guys know how that works out. So again, this is my new schedule and this is the prior schedule. I keep them both in here because if I want to go back to this particular layout, I can. And if I want to stick with this one, I can. But it's pretty much the same thing. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got a little bit of value out of it and you found something that you want to implement in your planner. Make sure to let me know if you have any questions about anything that you've seen here, and also let me know how you manage your routines and your schedules in terms of regimens and routines and just things that occur on a weekly and daily basis. Let me know how you do that. I would love to hear from you, and I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel, and you will also give me a big thumbs up, and you will stop back for another video, in which case I will see you then.